This is Supersubs.
What's going on, Supersubs viewers? We're back with another episode, week 8. This is our 8th episode. I just hit the mic. That's okay though. It's a blooper. We'll cut that out and post. But we got a lot.
No, we won't.
No, we're gonna leave that in for sure. We got a lot that's been going on with soccer this week. I'm fucking drunk apparently. I'm a little hungover. But where do we want to start? The Champions League. We got the Europa League. We got a bunch of U.S. men's national team stuff. Sam, I'm going to leave it to you to kick us off here.
Yeah, I'm thinking we go into the Champions League. Obviously, the second legs of the round of 16 finished this past week, and on Friday they drew the quarterfinals and the semifinal matchups for the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I'll just run through those really quickly, and then maybe we can talk about them. So the first one is Porto-Chelsea, and the winner of that will play the winner of Liverpool versus Real Madrid. And then on the other side, we have Dortmund versus Man City, and the winner of that will play Bayern or PSG.
Yeah. So I think as a Chelsea supporter, we have probably the easiest route we could have gotten. I don't know if you agree with that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to sleep on Porto, but they're just, not as good as Bayern or Man City or PSG. Or maybe Dortmund, or like any of the other teams. So that's good. I think the most fun games to watch will probably be the Real Liverpool game. I'm really looking forward to that. And then the Bayern PSG game, it could be fun, or it could, I don't know. I don't know. Really high scoring, probably.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like pretty insane. If you saw, Lewa got another hat trick this weekend in the Bundesliga. He's up to 35 goals, and Haaland is the next closest in the Golden Boot race at 21 goals. So that just shows you this man cannot stop scoring.
Wait, is that for the season or already this year?
In the Bundesliga this season.
Okay. Dang.
But not in all competitions. He's like probably around 50 goals in all comps.
Holland's probably got 30 cents or 20 cents, like, the 1st of January in all comps. In all comps.
That's true.
Because he's scoring like crazy. But no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, wow. Crazy. So I think now, should we pick a winner again just for fun? See who we think would win now that we know how everything's lined up?
Yeah, well, I think we should pick them all, make mini brackets. And I think
Ooh.
the other thing about Lewa's hat trick this week on the weekend, they were playing with a man down because Alphonso Davies got a red card in like the 12th minute, and then they scored 4 goals before half. So it just goes to show what kind of team this is.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my my rec league team in high school. When I was in 8th grade, we had like 10 guys who played on varsity soccer for the high school, and we played this other team. We played a man down the whole game because we only had 10 people show up, and we won 10-0.
Bro, I seem to remember some intramural games too where we'd get a red card, or we just wouldn't have people show up and we'd just destroy teams. I don't know if you were on my team for those, but it's good times. Okay, so I think the bracket's a great idea. Maybe what we do is we build a little bracket and post it up on our Instagram. People can check out like what our predictions are. I think that could be cool.
Yeah, I like that, and we can go over that kind of right now. I mean, do you already have your picks, or? I mean, I already have my picks, I think.
Well, which game do you want to start
Let's get into
with?
Porto-Chelsea first.
Okay.
Obviously, I think Chelsea is probably favored.
Yeah.
I don't know how heavily, but definitely favored. I don't know how much there is to say about this one. I don't know a ton about Porto. They're kind of the unknown team in this. But, I mean, they showed hard against Juve, and they can definitely do that again. So I'm not counting them out, but I mean, I gotta think Chelsea's gonna pull this one out.
Yeah, I got a couple fun facts about Porto. They're a Portuguese team, and they typically play with 11 players in their starting lineup. So that's about what I know. They got Pepe.
Pepe.
There you go. Yeah, they got
Pepe.
Pepe, former Real Madrid guy who just lit it up in the second leg of the Juve game. Had like 16 clearances or something crazy like that. So I think this could be low scoring again. Thomas the Turtle Tuchel. I mean, I think this could end in a Maybe it's a 2-2 after the second leg, 2-1, something like that. That would just be my guess, but I don't know. So I would pick
1-0, 1-0 Chelsea after 2 legs.
Yeah, so I mean I would pick Chelsea to go through, like I said, but yeah, I don't know. That's probably the easiest one to predict in my opinion, you know.
Yep, and then next up, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. This is kind of the battle of the injured
fallen giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a wounded animal, like I don't know, something wounded.
Like a gazelle?
Yeah.
Or we talk like 2 wounded gazelles playing against each other,
trying to run away from the other clubs who are going to eat them.
This is a horrible analogy. This is a horrible analogy. It's like 2 boxers who are boxing with concussions, basically. Like they're just hitting each other in the head, but they're already kind of knocked out.
What do you think for this one? Who do you think's gonna win?
I think I gotta give it to Liverpool, man.
Really?
Yeah, they've been playing well in the Champions League. Leipzig are not like bad, and they just shut them out completely. Just didn't even give them a chance. So, and Real, they're also playing. I mean, they got Benzema. He do be scoring a lot of goals, bro.
Benzema do be scoring.
He do be scoring. He's like the French Lewandowski, I guess.
I think I'm gonna pick Real.
Okay.
Honestly,
all right.
I think Liverpool. Benzema's just gonna. He's gonna be excited to be playing this Liverpool back line, and I don't know who's gonna contain him. But maybe they man mark him with Fabinho and just try and shut him out.
Yeah, I think Klopp and Zidane are both insanely good managers. So I think it'll be interesting. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great 2 legs. So, but I would say I'm gonna go with Liverpool, and you're gonna take Real. Sounds like.
And then who's your pick between Liverpool and Chelsea?
Oh, so assuming they both win?
Yeah.
Chelsea for sure, like 8-0, no question. No, Chelsea just recently beat Liverpool, but it was a really close game. I mean, I'd have to pick Chelsea just because I think our depth right now is kind of unmatched. We have enough players to, Pulisic's on the bench most games. That should tell you something. So I don't know. I'd maybe go Chelsea, but I think it would be higher scoring. Liverpool are gonna score, like that, no question. Yeah. They're gonna score. That's what it seems like. So
I'm gonna have to pick Real Madrid to go to the final.
Okay, so in your bracket you got Chelsea, or no, you got what? Chelsea and Real advancing.
Real, and Real moving on.
And then Real,
to the final.
All right, and then on the other side, we got Man City Dortmund. I mean, I would pick Man City just because
it's
Holland
hard to
is
go
amazing.
Against them right now.
It's hard to go against Holland too. It's a tough, I don't know. So
I think the City is much less prone to mistakes than many teams, and Holland really capitalized. Like most of his goals are off like a tiny chance or a half chance that he just bangs in, and I think City are good about not even giving you those little slivers of opportunity.
Yeah. And once again, if we're talking about managers, I mean, Pep, he's hungry. He's hungry for a Champions League title.
Their team's so informed, too. I mean, De Bruyne is back from injury, scoring a ton of goals. You still got Gundogan scoring a ton of goals. Phil Foden's playing out of his mind. You don't even talk about Sterling or Mahrez right now because they're, scoring, 1 or 2 goals every other week. And that's
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So I think we both
Jesus, come on.
Jesus. So we're both probably picking City on that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So Bayern Paris. I'm 100% going with Bayern, no question.
Dude,
actually no question.
If PSG win the Champions League, it might be the greatest run in Champions League history, beating Barcelona and then Bayern, and then City or Dortmund, and then whoever's from the other side. That would be one of the craziest.
That would be insane. The final will, if they make it to the final, it will be the easiest match they play, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
That's that's fucking crazy.
I think I'm gonna pick PSG on this one, to be honest.
How? How?
I'm just going to say, that one man is going to step up to the task, and Mbappe is going to get the job done for PSG. I don't know how, but I'm just going to say he's going to do it.
All right. I mean, yeah, I would never pick against Bayern, and specifically here, PSG. I watched both the Barca PSG games, and they didn't dominate to me. They just didn't dominate. They scored a lot of goals. But I didn't see that dominance that Bayern just seems to have in every game. So.
Yep. I'm just gonna count on some moments of magic.
Mbappe. All right. So then that means you have City playing PSG. What are you thinking there?
City's always good for a flop in the Champions League.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't you think? I mean, they've lost.
Dude, do you love PSG? Are you like in love with Are you like in love with Mbappe, bro?
No.
Is this your new team?
Pochettino, man, I miss him.
Oh,
Poch,
okay.
Come back, bro. Come on.
Okay, so maybe you're just saying PSG. You're saying PSG goes to the final and plays Real Madrid, and PSG wins?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I would say Bayern goes to the final against Chelsea, and they beat Chelsea.
10-0.
They definitely win, I would say. Sorry, I'm a Chelsea fan. Getting to the final is enough for me, honestly. Is that lame? But
no, that'd be pretty good.
Bayern are just unstoppable, it seems. So
that's how I felt when Spurs made it to the final a couple years ago, and we had like our entire team was injured, and then
against Liverpool,
they got like a penalty in the first minute, and I'm like, okay, good game,
dude,
game over.
Do you remember we watched that in the house?
So mad.
In the house,
yeah.
We projected it from your laptop. Good times. No AC in that house, so we're probably
maybe
hurting.
Coming back soon. Yeah.
Okay, so
we're bringing the boys back together.
Oh, for a little, yeah. Once we're vaxxed up,
maybe we'll talk about that on the podcast coming soon.
Yeah.
So that is it for the Champions League. I have PSG beating Real Madrid in the final, and Bennett has Bayern Munich beating Chelsea in his final. So we'll follow that, and I'm sure we'll give you updates after the legs and after the rounds are over. So we will be following our brackets and seeing how we are doing. Now we're going to move on and do the same thing, but for the Europa League.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this will be probably a lot quicker. So first we have the 8 teams who are remaining are Dynamo Zagreb, Villarreal, Ajax, Roma, Arsenal, Slavia Praha, Granada, and Man United. You only need to remember 3 of those. The rest don't really matter. But so Dynamo, the team who knocked out Spurs, are playing Villarreal. What are you thinking about that one, Sam?
I'm thinking about crying. That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, so I am going to put the screenshot of the text that you sent me on the screen here when I said Spurs might be going through, and you said Spurs are going through, no question. And then 5 days later, they got knocked out. I'm going to put that up.
Bro, so tragic. So tragic. I mean, it's just an absolute catastrophe. Absolute catastrophe. And that's what Spurs have done all season. They beat Man U 6-1, and then they do that. They lose 3-0 to Zagreb, a team that's never they let one guy score a banging hat trick. Come on. And it could have been 6-0 in that game.
Oh, really? Okay, so I didn't watch it live. I just caught the highlights.
Kane should have had a couple.
I was going to say, dude, it seemed like that their keeper, the Dynamo keeper, was just having a day, bro. But also Kane, he had a chance on pretty much an open net and hit it right where the keeper could save it. So it wasn't all the keeper. It was a lot of it was come on, you got to finish that. Come on. So
it's a freaking fluff, dude. It's absolute fluff. Now Spurs are out of Europe and out of the FA Cup. It's what the hell are we doing? What are we doing?
Wow. Yeah. And they're also, where are they sitting right now?
They're in
the
8th.
league. So they might, okay, yeah, not great, not good at all. I don't even feel bad for you though, so you're fine.
I feel pretty bad for
anyway,
myself.
Okay, fair. They will take it.
But
So
I'm
anyway,
going to
Villarreal.
take Villarreal
Yeah.
in this matchup.
Okay.
I don't think Zagreb have another one of those in them. I think they spent. It's one of those stories where the 16 seed beats the 1 seed and then immediately loses the next round.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm taking Villarreal. What about you?
Okay, I will do the same. Yep, I think Orsic had a great game. He's good, but actually I don't really even know about either of these teams. So unfortunately, I guess I didn't do my homework, but I'm going to say Villarreal.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the winner of that game is going to play the winner of Arsenal versus Slavia Praha. What are you thinking in that game?
Arsenal. Yeah, I'm picking with
Slavia Praha looked pretty good in their game against Rangers.
Okay, well then dude, I'm going to be honest. Yeah.
You don't care? Yeah. I'm going to take Slavia Praha solely because I want Arsenal to lose. So.
All right. So then the other games we have are Ajax Roma and Granada Man United. What are you thinking in the Ajax Roma game?
Dude, I think this is a highly unfortunate draw because either of these teams probably could have gone to the final. But I think I am going to take... I don't know, dude. This is a tough one.
It is. I'd go with Roma.
Yeah. I think Roma is a good pick. I really don't know. I'm gonna go with. I think Ajax has a little more experience in Europe and a little more experience like seeing out games. So I'm gonna go with Ajax. And then the other game, the winner of Roma Ajax is gonna play Man United or Granada. I think Man United should go through pretty easily.
Yeah.
And then you agree with that, I assume?
Yep.
Okay. So who are you picking from the semi matchups? You have United versus Roma and Arsenal versus Villarreal.
Yep. So I think in the final it's gonna be Arsenal and Man United, and then out of that, I think I'm gonna give this to Man United. I think they're gonna win the Europa League this year.
Good pick. So
what do you think?
I have Slavia Praha versus Villarreal, and I think that Villarreal is gonna win that one, and then I think United is gonna beat Ajax, and just like you said, I think they will win the Europa League this season.
All right. Sweet. Cool. Maybe we'll both be right or both be wrong. So anyway, the Europa League it's kind of whatever, to be completely honest. But to see Man United win would be cool. The only reason I say like Arsenal over Slavia Praha and like Villarreal over Zagreb is just because like I want to see like a more competitive, like, I want it to basically be the Champions League. That's literally, I want it to be the Champions League except smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
Like, I don't want teams like Granada getting to the final. Like, I know that's mean, but I'm like, dude, fuck, like, I don't care about Granada. Like, they're just a bad team. So, anyway, that just about wraps up what we have to say about Europe. I will say again, we'll toss together a little graphic and throw this up on our Instagram so we have we can go back and reference that. But, those are our picks and our thoughts on European football.
Now, did you want to talk about the U.S. men's national team next, or quickly talk about the England squad?
Oh, I have quite a bit I'd like to talk about when it comes to national teams. Can we do? Yeah, let's just do U.S. men's national team real quick.
Let's do it.
Is that cool? All right. So first thing, actually, this isn't related, but did you see that Ibra is coming back to play for Sweden?
I did see that.
He retired. I don't remember.
5 years ago.
At least 5 years ago. Yep. And he's coming back at 39 to play for the Swedish national team for their Euro qualifier. So that's super cool. I think we talked about. I bring him up like every episode, but that's just a cool little tidbit there. So he'll be playing for Sweden this spring here. And then we have a lot going on. So the biggest thing that they had in the last week was we started Olympic qualifying. So just to explain how the Olympics work for soccer, it's kind of odd. It's not like a lot of the other competitions. So you can only have players who are under 24 years old on your team, except there's 3 exceptions. So let's say you have a 20-man roster, you could have three of those 20 players who are over 24, and the rest have to be under 24. So it's kind of like a junior competition, a lot of younger players. And the U.S. started their qualification process. So they played Costa Rica, and they won 1-0. And David Ochoa, the goalkeeper, had 9 saves.
Goated.
Had a great game. Goated.
Absolutely.
He's
goated.
taken over Zach Steffen's spot. No, but he's definitely like, he looked strong. He's definitely an option. Like, he could be an option, dude, at the World Cup. Like, real talk. So,
is Zach Steffen under 24 still? Because he played in the Man City's FA Cup tie. I forget who they beat, but they won 2-0. It might have.
Zach Steffen is
they
25. Zach Steffen's 25.
Okay.
So, but what I'm saying is, like, Ochoa could be an option in 2022.
Yeah.
But the Olympics this year, the 2020 Olympics, they're still calling it the 2020 Olympics. The matches start on the 21st of July and they go through the 7th of August. So look out for that. We'll have a younger squad. I'm pretty sure Jordy
Mihalovic.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever. He's in the squad. I'm pretty sure we got Will Trapp, a Minnesota-born, or not Will Trapp. What's the dude's name? I forgot his name. Oh, never mind. He's a midfielder. He's a midfielder who was born in St. Paul.
Who does he play for?
The Quakes, I believe.
Nick Lima?
No, he's a left back. No. Did meet Nick Lima here, though, in the Gold Cup game. Fun fact. Anyway, it's a fun little squad. So that's fun, I guess you could say. And then as far as like the senior team goes, there's dudes arriving in Austria. I don't know if you've seen this, but they're getting together. They have a game on the 25th against Jamaica in Austria. Check that out. That'll actually be pretty fun to watch. There are some players who are being left out because their countries won't let them. Like, I think Tim Weah and Josh Sargent will not be going just because they're not getting released. But whatever. So Jamaica on the 25th, and then 3 days later, the men's national team will play Northern Ireland on the 28th of March. And these are friendlies; they don't really mean anything. But Jamaica's like not a horrible opponent, and Northern Ireland is not noteworthy at all.
Did you see did you see who recently committed to Jamaica?
Yes. Oh, who was it? Who was it, dude?
Antonio.
Antonio. Yeah. That's actually crazy because they have Leon Bailey. He's pretty good up in their attack. So anyway, I just want to say Northern Ireland. You know what's special about Northern Ireland?
What's special about them?
Pretty much nothing. But Van Morrison was born there. Do you know who that is?
Like the singer?
Yeah, dude. He's Northern Irish.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? So that's it. That's all I have to say. So we better clap them. Like I don't even. Oh, and then like George Best, I think was a really famous Northern Irish player, but he is long since retired. So yeah, that's all I really got to say as far as that goes. You want to talk about the English squad?
Did we quickly talk about the English squad? Obviously, there are a lot of Premier League players that contribute to the England squad.
And this is for the Euros, right?
Yeah, so it's for qualifiers. Not for the Euro. It's not. I think it's World Cup qualifiers.
Is it? Okay. Oh, right.
And then they have the Euro, but the Euros are coming up.
Okay.
So the most notable inclusions, obviously, Jordan Pickford on Everton is out injured. So Sam Johnston from West Brom got a call up. Good for him. He's having a good season. His team not having a good season. And then Connor Cody and Eric Dyer both got call-ups in the center back position, which I think is surprising in terms of Connor Cody and shocking in terms of Eric Dyer because he's had a pretty atrocious season.
I think Eric Dyer's ass. You know what I was so Chris Smalling, is he injured? Because he was having a ridiculous season for Roma.
Mm-hmm.
He must be injured because that's who I would think they'd bring in at center back. But Joe Gomez is injured, so they can't bring him in.
And they do have Harry Maguire, John Stones, and Tyrone Mings also called up. And I think Maguire and John Stones will be the pairing. And if they go 3 in the back, Connor Cody will also play. And I think that's why he got called in because Wolves play with 3 center backs.
Yeah. I will say, though, Connor Cody he's good. He's very calm. He seems like a good leader. I've watched some interviews with him.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I was just going to say another notable thing is that Trent Arnold was left out of the squad.
What?
Yep. Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier are in, and this
Trips
and Reece James. So I mean, what this means is either Trent is already gonna be in the Euro squad, and like Gareth Southgate doesn't even need to like see any games with him, like he's just already in, or he's just already out, and they're like, yeah, we're not.
That's very odd. I didn't even notice that. I will say, like, when I looked through it, I was like, God, this team is stacked.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, bro, when you just mentioned their center back depth, I'm like, oh, two of their best center backs are injured, and you're like, oh no, they still got Maguire, Stones, like Tyrone Mings, and I was just like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know. It's great. It's a great team. It's a great team. But I didn't realize Alexander Arnold was left out. That's actually kind of shocking.
Yeah, really shocking.
I wonder why.
And then in the midfield position, they brought up Calvin Phillips, Mason Mount, James Ward-Prowse, Declan Rice, and Jesse Linguardinho, who scored another banger this morning. He had a banger against Arsenal, or I guess not this morning when you're watching this, but he had a great goal and an assist. So he's going off. Well-deserved call-up. I'm not sure if he'll make the Euro squad. I think it might be too late for that. I think this might be a pat on the back inclusion in the squad, but still good for him.
Wait, so this is this
is just for the
World Cup qualifying squad for World Cup.
Yep, and the World Cup is not like if you take a look at the groups, it's like there's clearly a team that's gonna make it out for sure.
Right. Okay. And England is that team?
Yeah,
is what you're
in their
saying,
group,
in their little
England
group.
is that team.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, you never know, but yeah.
And then lastly, the drama up top, the forward inclusions. There's a lot of discussion about this because there's a lot of England forwards playing very well right now, and the inclusion was Harry Kane, obviously the GOAT.
Why? He's so
Dominic
bad.
Calvert-Lewin from Everton. And then Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa gets his first call-up. Maybe his first. I think it's his first. But that was the big inclusion, which means Jamie Vardy's been left out, Danny Ings left out, and Patrick Bamford left out. Those were the other three. And Tammy Abraham, which is not surprising.
Something tells me that Jamie Vardy is not a good fit for the English team. I don't know what it is. I feel like he's kind of chaotic. And I've heard a lot of stuff about him just being like crazy, but on the field and like off the field and stuff. And I think it actually makes sense maybe that he was left out.
Yep, and he's been battling injury this season, so it makes sense. And again,
he's also like 34,
35 maybe.
34. He's
getting old.
Wow.
But this is not the final roster for the Euros, so he could still be included in the Euros roster. But we'll see. I do think Harry Kane is like pretty solidly the number one in terms of the striker for England.
Yes. Yeah, no, he's really good.
And especially with like Sterling and Rashford and Bukayo Saka, like him dropping it deep and then passing to them with their speed is just, man, England's such a dirty team.
Yeah, dude, and Kane gets dimes, bro. He's not just a goal scorer. Like he's really, really good at playing other players through like Son,
yeah,
basically
Son.
Only Son. But no, dude, they're gonna have a fun time. I mean, you think about I don't know how they're gonna play, but I'm assuming they'd put Sterling and Rashford would be their starting wingers. Oh, dude, get like Foden in the cam spot, Harry Kane. I mean, they're just stacked, bro. So, yeah. It's exciting.
Yep, and then
I don't really like England,
after the international break, we actually have the MLS season starting pretty quickly after that.
Sure.
So we might have to give a little preview of the MLS coming up.
Dude, that would be really fun actually if we walk through some, because there's a lot of MLS teams that are just like who
knows?
Like who is even? Can you name an FC Cincinnati player? Like who
Kendall
is that?
Waston,
like
I think.
No,
Is he traded?
No, I'm just kidding.
Fernando
Probably,
Adi?
maybe. No, I have no idea. I don't know. I can't name anyone,
Most
so I
of
can't.
my MLS knowledge is from like 2018.
So yeah, maybe we do a little. There's also expansion teams.
There's 3 expansion teams. I'm pretty sure.
But not all starting this year. FC isn't Austin this year.
Austin.
St. Louis is not this season, but the next season.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
so. What I don't like about the MLS is that they just keep adding teams. We're going to have like 50 teams in the freaking MLS soon. It's like, just do promotion relegation. Like,
no, it won't work. It just won't work in the United States.
Yeah, I guess.
There's too much. It works in England because you can have little cities like, I don't know. I don't want to roast the city right now, but like, dude, can you imagine if Minnesota's soccer team got relegated?
Dude, can you imagine if Chicago's
no one
soccer
would be
team
okay
got
with that.
relegated?
That's what I'm saying.
Because they would have.
Yeah,
like
dude,
the last 3 years, they would have gotten relegated.
Right. No one would be okay with that. Like, people would be like, what the fuck? Like, why is my team in a different league now? It would be weird. Like, people don't understand. That's why we don't do like a point-based. That's why we do playoffs. Because all the Americans would be like, what? They have points?
But we still have like a cup. We got the Open Cup, which is like the FA Cup. So like, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. That said, I'm not an expert in any sense. So.
Oh, well, I totally agree with you, dude. I totally think there's 32, 33 teams now. I'm like, bro, why? There's so many teams.
You don't even play
bro.
every team anymore. Like, you don't play every team twice. It's like some teams you just play once. And some teams you play like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I just think the clubs. I mean, I'm sure you probably agree, but the clubs they'll never agree to it. No, Chicago Fire is never going to be like, yeah, we're okay if we get we're okay putting in a promotion relegation. We're okay if we get relegated. They just won't do it. So, but it spices it up a little bit. I do like watching the playoffs. I think the playoffs are pretty fun.
Yeah.
And it's a different take, kind of. I guess it's like just like the Champions League, kind of.
Yep.
So.
So I think that is all we had for today. Let us know what you think about our Champions League picks, about our Europa League picks. Let us know if you want us to cover the MLS and what you think the U.S. is going to do at qualifying. If not, we'll see you back here next week. Thanks for watching another episode of the Supersubs Show on YouTube. If you like this video, make sure to show us by smashing that like button. If you want to see more content, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.